Hello YouTube, theSventos here with another review of Star Trek Lower Decks. So let's get right to the video. So we open up on the douchebags. They're all sleeping, they're all tired because they just did a shift of swapping cores or some bullshit like that. I don't know if this is supposed to take place like right. No, actually no. I was thinking maybe it takes place right after the other one where they were swapping the isolinear cores, but maybe they were doing that again. I don't freaking know. And the Orion girl, she like storms in and she's like, "Oh, I've done it! I've done it! I've updated the dog!" Like she did some sort of genetic experiment thing to splice the dog or something. And she's super proud, and the other ones are like, "Oh, I don't give a shit," as they normally don't. Uh, and then essentially when her back is turned, the dog turns into this like weird, freakish spider thing and starts climbing the walls and all that kind of crap. Then we get to the credits, blah blah blah. Just gonna skip through this crap. Oh, yeah, then we have the senior staff. They are in. I don't even think this is a holodeck. I think it's supposed to be some sort of weird cargo bay that somehow goes all like floaty or something. Maybe it's the side of the ship. I don't freaking know. This show is so stupid. I don't like paying attention. But yeah, they're in these like black jumpsuits and they're doing this like super stealthy things and they're all off to I don't even know freaking where to plant possibly seeds. So this is the really dumb thing about this show that has never happened in Star Trek before because it's not a thing that Starfleet does. Starfleet doesn't send a temporary replacement captain onto a ship if the senior staff goes away because everyone is trained to take over in case of that kind of stuff. Like we've seen on Voyager many, 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 many times, where Kerry Kim is in charge of the night shift. He's an ensign, but he commands the bridge during night shift when senior staff is away. Or, I mean, like, we've seen it lots and lots of times. Anyway, so these bastards. Oh yeah, of course the shirt thing is back. She's unbuttoning again. So that lasted very long, just like half an episode. Blah 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 blah. Oh yeah, and because the new visiting captain is going, this is that stupid scene where he's like, "Do I look more promotable or less promotable? More promotable, less promotable?" Like no one gives a frack, you idiot. It's like, just stick to your regulations for dress and decorum and you'll be fine. Don't be an asshole. You know, kind of hard with these characters. And then, thing Rutherford is his name. He's working on this way to make the transporter faster. So he's like, "Oh, I'm looking for a guinea pig, but no one wants to volunteer to calibrate this to go faster." So Boimler's like, "Oh, no one wants to be a guinea pig? Well, I'll be a guinea pig because I'm an idiot." And then they start beaming him back and forth a couple times, and he essentially goes out of phase, which is gonna come in later. It's gonna be important later. He goes out of phase and starts making the transporter noise because that's a thing that. Never mind. And this plank of wood, she's, "Oh, there's gonna be a visiting captain coming. I don't like command. I don't like Starfleet. Why am I here? I'm a piece of shit." And then she sees that it's honestly when I saw this, other female captain come in, that like just because the stupid animators and the drawers of the show they make all of these characters look identical. I legit thought that was her like twin sister or something, or like her sister from another father or something. No, no, no. They're just super bestie friends from the academy, and they were besties, and yeah. Okay, and then this guy who he kind of looks like a Kree. He kind of looks a little bit like Ronan the Accuser. If you take the instead of the hair, he's got the nun cloak thingy, and instead of the violet, he's blue. But I mean, like that's basically Ronan. And I don't know. I think that the lieutenant here, I think she's supposed to be a Trill, but she just looks like she has a rash. So they're the besties, besties. Ooh. Then Boimler shows up and he's annoying everyone with the noise. Then the new captain, who is younger than him and, you know, yeah, has been there for 2 minutes. She's like, "Go to sick bay!" Because, yeah, an engineering problem like that could be solved by a doctor at sick bay. Like, literally, he's out of phase. You need a particle physicist for that, not a doctor. Then Rutherford comes out with a tricorder and like, oh, I figured out how to do it, and cancels out the noise, so now he's no longer making the staticky noise. This thing with the dog. Oh yeah, and then we get a bunch of bullshit in the office while the bestest ever captain is trying to do a captain's log, and her bestie Starfleet Academy buddy is being a lot like basically being a nincompoop and just, being being a mariner as she would be. Anyway, we have crap happening, stupid stuff. She gets offered a job because she's the best at ever. And yeah, she doesn't just get offered a job. She gets offered the like, oh, will you be my first officer? Because reasons, and rank means nothing. It's just, oh, buddy. So then there's this ship that's coming in that belongs to this organization called, what the hell was it? Division 14, I think? Which, I mean, it's literally Kurtzman's spin on Section 41, Section 31. He's just trying to, like, make an organization of his own that's, like, shady. Honestly, I don't understand Kurtzman's obsession with shady organizations and secret societies. Like, for example, in Picard, there is the Quovat Malat, which is the super secret, all female Romulan nuns of war or something like that. And then you have the. What the heck is the other thing called? So we have the Quvat Malat. So in addition to regular like Telshiar, their intelligence bit, there's like another super secret order that's like a super secret order. And it just it's all the same. Alex Kurtzman and J.J. Abrams with their mystery boxes and super secret stuff and secrets inside riddles inside mystery boxes. I mean, we literally saw a mystery box in frickin' Picard. Just before, anyway, that's a whole separate rant. I'll do Picard crap later on. Anyway, so this super secret ship shows up and takes away the two freaks in the crew. So the dephasing Boimler and the alien space dog. And of course, I mean, like, how can you make this character look any more sinister than have him come out of a cloud of smoke, draped in dark clothing, wearing a COVID mask? And then he literally like says, "We're going to death." Like, you could say it in a creepier voice, that doesn't indicate exactly that this is gonna be like a whole sketchy thing. Then these bastards are prepping for some mud walk because they're gonna go on a mud planet, and Merida's being all stupid, and everyone else is freaking out, and then they beam down. There's mud. there's this like pump that's clogged up with mud that they're going to clean. It's about to explode, blows up, and then they use a subsonic pulse. Now I have no idea what the intent was, but sonic is it makes a sound. There is a sound. Subsonic is it makes no sound. So you're using a pulse of silence, I guess. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. There might be some physicists out there who know if this is a thing or not. I don't believe this is a thing. I could look it up, but I don't want to do it right now during this video. I'll look it up later and maybe post a comment or something. Alright, so the Doritos is in orbit, and then they get a phone call from... Oh god, I didn't even notice this the first time. So they get a call from the senior staff. And the stupid dude bro first officer is working out in the background with a dumbbell. So you're on a super secret covert mission, but you packed dumbbells. And also you're on a super secret covert mission, so you're making an unsecured comm line to your ship, and there is Starfleet paraphernalia all over the place where you're currently stationed. But super secret. So then Mariner makes mistakes because, she is... Yeah, that's the thing later. So she like sets off a red alert. Then we cut back to these freaks. So we see all the other freaks now on the ship, and there's like literally there's a guy who's just a head. There's a guy who's missing a head and has thorns. I have no idea what the hell happened. Like this guy has nipples for eyes. And then there's like a guy whose half a head is blown off and one head that looks like a moon, but they're all Starfleet officers. Uh, I don't know what the hell she's supposed to be. I think she's supposed to be an Andorian insect with like 4 arms and a tail. I have no freaking idea. And then of course we have the half extremely old, half extremely young guy who literally like the young half, if you cover the old half, it looks exactly like Morty. Like hair and everything looks exactly like Morty from Rick and Morty. And I think also sounds like it. Anyway. And then member berries. We have a person that looks exactly like Captain Pike in that wheelchair from 200 years ago in the face discoloring and comatose. So the thing that she's pointing at, I can't actually get a good shot of it right here, maybe? No. No. Yeah, okay, there we go. This thing. So this thing here is like, oh, this is a abnormality that happened, a weird accident or something like that, and we can't fix it. This is another member berry, in my opinion. This looks exactly like the creatures that Paris and Janeway mutate in on Voyager's second season episode Threshold. Guess what? The emergency medical hologram was able to reverse the process into human within like a week. So yeah, don't tell me this is like not a thing that anyone can fix in this freaking... I mean it is, I guess, because everyone's gotten stupid in Star Trek. Sorry. Star Trek. This is new. This is KurtzmanTrek or New Trek. This isn't Star Trek. And I mean, even the comm badge here on the uniform, like it's a TNG DS9 era uniform, and you can see that the comm badge on it isn't silver and gold. It's like silver and dark gray. 25% different. Yeah, we're on the outside of this. Yeah, okay, whatever. Ruby-Doo. So we go to the USS Ruby-Doo, and they're essentially going over to save the survivors because the ship is powerless for no reason, and they have no idea what the hell's going on, blah blah blah, more freaks. Yeah, so they organize, they're like, we don't want to sit here for months because we've been sitting here for months. Let's organize a mutiny. Let's organize a mutiny. And everyone starts cheering that they're gonna organize a mutiny, and then the first thing the Boimler does is goes and reports it. And then this freak grabs a rifle and starts trying to blast away, and then he's like, oh, okay, well, no more mutinies. Meanwhile, these planks of wood are walking on the ship. They find the crew. The crew is isolated themselves in the shuttle bay of all places, not a cargo bay, a shuttle bay. You can tell that because there's that shuttlecraft in the background here, like behind Mariner or whatever. So they go into the shuttle bay to lock themselves in to be safe. Yeah, because shuttle bays have never gotten decompressed before. Then the mutiny thing, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, oh, we're not gonna mutiny anymore. And he's like, okay, no mutiny. And Boimler was like, I didn't tell him. No, no, no. So after they find the crew in the shuttle bay, they restore power, but restoring the power brings this weird pan-dimensional creature thingy, and it starts tearing the ship apart. Okay. And then this magical thing happens where Mariner is like, oh, I was just pretending to be incompetent. I know everything and I'm the bestest ever. I was just being a darn idiot because I don't want to work. I don't want a job. I hate Starfleet. Blah, 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 blah. Um, and yeah, some bullshit, crap, crap, crap. So this back to the freak ship. Um, oh yeah, so they corner Boimler into an airlock because they know he betrayed them. Then he's like, oh, I didn't betray you guys, and then in the meantime, the phasing wears out, and he comes back into phase. The thing that I was gonna come back to from before is when they're chasing him, at one point they're literally cornering him up against a wall. You are literally out of phase if you're supposed, I mean, that's what the episode introduced us to, that he was out of phase. So if you're out of phase, you should be able to phase through solid matter, you know? Like Geordi and Ensign Rowe when they were in that caught in that cloaking field thing and they were able to just like phase right through things because that's what out of phase means. You're out of phase, you're at a 90-degree angle or vibrating at a different frequency to the rest of the universe. So people first of all should not perceive you. So if you're in a visible phase, your molecular density should be lighter and you should be able to walk through things because when you're ghost-like that, you essentially are a ghost. So you're able to walk through things. Anyway, phasing wears off. They are about to dust him out the airlock, and then they find themselves, oh, we're on an actual planet because the place, the farm that actually exists, and the guy was just being creepy because reasons. And then he starts laughing maniacally, and he's like, oh, that's just the way I laugh. That's the way I laugh. Anyway, yeah, there we go. Maniacal laughter and looking like you're about to murder everyone. But hey, that's just how I laugh. And of course, these guys are all just enjoying themselves. The Orion chick, she's like, go, my pretty, go and fly, because reasons. And then the dog starts talking to her, and we realize that she's actually known this all along, and she thought that all dogs talked and flew and, did this weird demonic crap. And yeah, then it's like, oh, I'm actually better than I thought because I thought dogs didn't do that, so I'm the bestest ever. So as soon as they find out the Boimler isn't a freak, they kick him out of the freak colony. Shocker. And then these guys are still on the ship and they get... It's always tentacles with Kurtzman. Like, there is not a single creature in this show that's been non-tentacles. So they all get cornered on the bridge, and everything's about to fall apart, and Mariner is all like, "Hey, Rutherford, beam us using the weird transporter thingy." And he's like, "It's not Tessa." She's like, "Just do it, because I'm the bestest ever." So they all get beamed aboard, and they're all out of phase now, and they're all making that noise. But hey, they're all good now, and I have no freaking idea what's happening here. But yeah, oh, so the creature bursts out. It kind of looks a little bit like the creature from Farpoint Station, the entity, but not quite because it's 25% different, blue and more tentacles. And then there's a captain's log recording that literally says like, "Oh, so there's this creature and we found that it's peaceful. It's peaceful, so we let it go." Okay, it literally tore your ship apart and it murdered or like killed and consumed a bunch of your crew. You don't want to keep an eye on it maybe and be like, we should proceed with caution. No, no, it's peaceful. It's peaceful, let's move on. So then we get to how much of this crap do I have left out? So hopefully it's just coming up next. Yeah, so they're literally like just chit-chatting there, and the creature goes away, and oh yeah, there's a conversation here between the Beth ever captain and Burnham, or sorry, Burnham, Mariner. And yeah, it's something along the lines of like, "You're the bestest ever. Oh, you too. Oh, we should give each other more platitudes because we are so awesome and the bestest ever, and we should not do anything and change it." Like, fuck off. Ah, garbage, garbage. Oh, and then the dude bro shows up and hits on the captain. So first of all, he is violating Starfleet directives, protocol, hitting on a superior officer. You're not the same rank, so don't do that. And then, yeah, she, of course, beats the crap out of him, breaks the table in the mess hall, and walks away. And she's like, "Oh, oops, it's just my instincts." And then we get to the end of this episode. Okay, so what do I have to say about this episode? This episode was horrible. It's getting worse. The show is getting worse. But I mean, what can you expect from Alex Kurtzman and company? This show sucks. This devaluates the entirety of the Star Trek property. Yeah, it's a horrible, horrible show, and I'm glad that there was only like 10 episodes of this for the first season, but I'm pretty sure they're probably gonna renew it for another like 4 seasons because Kurtzman has his fingers up everyone's buttholes and is, puppeteering their things. But if Star Trek is to survive Kurtzman and J.J. Abrams, this shit has to end. We have to go back to telling proper Star Trek stories with proper characters. I think like the only character I can think of in this show that's had any sort of genuine development was maybe Rutherford. Maybe. But like I mean like that second episode was really good with him when he went on like this whole like, "Oh, I need to figure out what I want to do." It was good because you get to see like different aspects of the character, but like that would never happen on a Starfleet ship. You wouldn't get reassigned that fast. That's, that often. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap this one up because the Hydra symbol is out of whack. So I gotta tend to that. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give me a like and a comment down below. If you haven't done so yet, subscribe to my channel for new videos. I upload new videos on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and I do live streams on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. So until next time, I have been theSventos, and I will see you out there.